Today's episode was packed with emotional confrontations, family drama, painful confessions, and some truly unforgettable moments that changed the direction of several relationships. From the very first scene until the ending, the episode kept viewers emotionally invested and delivered a mixture of regret, forgiveness, justice, and family conflict. The episode opened with a highly emotional confrontation between two brothers whose relationship seemed to be hanging by a thread. One of them was overwhelmed with guilt and desperation, feeling that his loyalty had been questioned. In an explosive moment, he practically challenged his brother to punish him if he truly believed there had been a betrayal. What made this scene so powerful was the sincerity behind his words. He admitted that he had made mistakes, but he insisted that betrayal was never his intention. For him, family meant everything, and the thought of losing his brother's trust was more painful than any punishment. The emotional intensity of the scene highlighted how fragile relationships become when misunderstandings and secrets begin to take control. From a review perspective, this was one of the strongest openings the drama has delivered recently. Instead of focusing on action, the writers concentrated on emotional conflict, making the audience feel the pain of both characters. Meanwhile, another major storyline focused on a mother's desperate attempt to save her family from falling apart completely. After watching her children grow distant from each other, she finally decided to speak openly about everything that had happened. Her speech was one of the emotional highlights of the episode. She reminded everyone that they had become so consumed by revenge and old grudges that they had forgotten what truly mattered. Instead of defeating their enemies, they had damaged their own family relationships. Her words carried the pain of a mother watching her children drift further apart with each passing day. What made her speech particularly emotional was her unconditional love for her daughter. Despite acknowledging the mistakes that had been made, she refused to abandon her child. The episode beautifully explored the idea that a mother's love does not disappear, even when her children make terrible choices. However, her attempts to reunite the family were met with resistance. Some wounds were simply too deep to heal with words alone. Years of pain, betrayal, and mistrust had created barriers that would not disappear overnight. As the story moved forward, the atmosphere became slightly lighter through a series of meaningful conversations. One of the most touching moments involved a discussion about love, heartbreak, and regret. Several characters reflected on the sacrifices people make for the ones they love. They talked about how love can inspire incredible devotion, but can also leave behind tremendous pain when things fall apart. The dialogue felt mature and realistic, exploring emotions that many viewers could relate to. One particularly memorable conversation centered around the idea that life changes completely when love is lost. Dreams disappear, hopes fade, and sometimes people find themselves living only because they do not know how to move forward. The episode deserves credit for handling these emotional themes carefully. Instead of relying on dramatic shouting matches, it allowed characters to express their feelings through honest and meaningful conversations. At the same time, another important revelation emerged. It became clear that some characters had known far more than they originally admitted. Hidden truths slowly began surfacing, creating additional tension and raising new questions about past events. This gradual uncovering of secrets kept viewers engaged because it suggested that even bigger revelations could be waiting in future episodes. The